For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger, because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Okay, round two. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
This is 3, 2, 1 the pod.
That was a good intro you made. Very, very good.
That was a
intro.
really good. I'm getting so much better. Did you like my voice? Let's see if I can do it one more time. Let's see. It's a female voice. Let's see if I can do it. Ready? Okay, here I go.
Story 1.
Wow. Do you look at that? Look at that, man.
That's pretty good. I mean, you did different words
talent.
this time. That's pretty cool. You had totally different words this time. Hi, this is 3, 2 on the pod. Three stories, 2 idiots, 1 game, and we haven't been around for a while because this idiot had a new job and just is now getting the basis of the job down to a weekly thing, so I can actually have an extracurricular life outside of family and work. So we're back, and I'm Chris, and that's Eric.
Yep, that's me. I am different in that I do not have a life. And everything is meaningless.
You got divorced?
Okay, so no, actually. So it's funny. We actually just got back from our daughter's piano recital performance, and when we were sitting out in the crowd, my wife and I left we had I don't know why we did it this way, but we sat where there was a space in between us. So there was one chair space in between us, and we were watching for a while. I don't know why we sat like that. I think it was just to be more comfortable, have more leg room, have more whatever. And about 3 or 4 of the people in, I kind of leaned over. I said, do you think we should sit like we're not a divorced couple coming to our child's performance? We totally look like that couple that we have a child together, but we can't stand each other, but we're sitting in the audience for our child. Can we sit next to each other, please?
What's funny is when I try to do that, my wife gets pissed. She's like, why don't you want to sit next to me? I'm like, I want to breathe. We're in a theater that was made in 1910. They were a lot skinnier then.
Yeah, and we are not skinny now.
But yeah.
And by the way, before we move on to get to our stories, I got to ask you this question, and I'm comfortable asking it because I know my daughter. There's no way she's going to listen to this podcast. Have you ever?
Oh God, this is
watching.
This is
have you ever been watching your child do whether it's a performance or a whatever, and they completely bomb and are having a meltdown on stage? What do you do? What's your response as a parent when your kid is just bombing?
Well, I only give birth to winners.
Freaking asshole.
So my kids never bomb. It's just in the nature of my family. But hypothetically, if
you did all the bombing for them.
Seriously, I did comedy on New Year's Day on 2002.
Yeah.
During the day, New Year's Day. Why did I sign up for that? Anyway, so bad decisions were made. That's tough because if they were crying,
it's if your kid is in a boxing match and you see them getting pummeled, you run up and you throw in the towel, right? You literally say, enough, stop pummeling my child. I'm calling it. But when it's a performance,
no, I'd probably say go for it. Kick his ass. He probably deserves it.
That's for the stuff I haven't caught from you. Yeah. But what do you do when it's you're just mortified for your child and you're just she was just, it was not a good performance. It was a solo piano recital.
There's a difference. If she was up there crying, breaking down while it was all happening, then I would have ran up there and said, you don't have to finish this. Let's go. This is if they,
it was
my daughter
out of a movie.
Yeah, well, my daughter kind of did last weekend with they're in a dance performance and their hair falls out of the position it's supposed to be and she misses a whole jump and does all this other stuff and I know she's already on stage pissed off at herself.
Yeah.
I won't go too hard on her. But man, that's nuts. That's crazy. What happened?
It was just it's a piano recital and it's a little bit of she was nervous and a little bit of I really felt she could have put in a little bit more practice. Joe? Yeah. And she's normally very shy. She's very shy, and she doesn't like being in front of a crowd. Unlike my other daughter, Audrey, and she did so good. She was so ready, and she played, and you could tell when she made her first mistake, she couldn't recover from the mistake.
She was in her head immediately.
Totally in her head. And it's like if you and I have been up on stage for different things. If you say something and it's going well, but then you say something that you know, just whether it bombed or whatever, just imagine not being able to recover from that, and you just snowball and you make it worse. So she kept like stopping and then having to repeat the last note, and then damn it, didn't do it. Damn it, didn't do it. Damn, like and you could see it on her face, and it was so uncomfortable that Monique reached over to me and like put her hand on my leg and like squeezed it. Like she was so embarrassed for her.
You mean she reached across that empty seat and was like, oh
yeah, she was like, hey, what do you think, we should reconcile and get back together? But anyways, it was just my heart broke because I know how hard it is for her to get up on stage, and then she gets up on stage and just like
gets in her head immediately, and then and that's gonna make her not want to get on stage again.
Oh, it was heartbreaking. But then because I'm an honest dad, and I didn't want to tell her when she got off, you did great. So it was that kind of thing where you had to go down the middle and go, okay, let's talk about where maybe you could improve next time. Because I didn't want to lie to her and say you did great. Because I'm like, you did
okay.
Well, you played notes, and that's what's
you got up on stage. That's all that counts. That's like when they say when you strike out all the time, they're like, you go to bat, you get up to bat. That's all that counts. No, actually, it's not all that.
She went up to bat and held the wrong end of the bat. So
my brother went up with a Funko bat once. It was so funny. I loved it. Oh my God, I died.
All right, I'm going to do my British impression of story 1 again. Ready? Here I go. Ready? Oh, okay.
Story 1.
Okay.
I'm getting really good, man. I really think we should go on like America's Got Talent as a British female impressionist.
Impersonist?
Both of those things.
That's going to be a new word now. It's an impersonist. Right. It's a person that does your impression badly.
Okay. Well, I just talked about someone who couldn't perform when everyone was watching, and now I'm going to talk about someone who can perform while everyone was watching.
Why is this story about me?
No. There was a couple caught having sex in court just before a woman had to appear in front of a judge. It says the story, a couple was caught having sex in the courtroom foyer just before the woman had to appear in front of a judge on an unrelated matter. So the matter wasn't public sex. It was a completely different matter. So she's only 19 years old. Her name is Shamika, and she's smoking hot too, by the way. She was due to appear in court and was supported by her partner Jake, who is 20. However, prior to appearing in front of the judge, it seems like the loved up couple couldn't resist a quickie. In the meantime, the pair was caught with the police prosecutor Cameron Francis says the couple began to kiss vigorously in the seating area of the courthouse in the public waiting room at 9:40 in the morning. So first of all, it's morning. Like this isn't even like, hey, it's late in the day and I'm amorous. This is morning quickie kind of stuff. It says the footage on the security. It's a breakfaster.
it's a brunch.
It's a bruncher. It's a bruncher. They had a brunch. It says the security cam footage shows that the youngsters went from first to fourth base really quick. I actually really like that line in the story.
Well written.
Now, here's where, this actually gets a little graphic for a newspaper article, but it says she was caught lifting up her skirt, sitting on her partner, and moving up and down on his lap. I was like, well, yeah, that's kind of how sex works. The security officer left the area, and then he exposed his penis, and this is my other favorite part.
What?
She adjusted his penis under her skirt and sat on his lap again, facing away and moving up and down. Once again, this guy's like writing this like it's a romance novel.
Oh my God, that guy he's not going to get in trouble, right? Like she did all the work.
She did all the work. He's like, hey, I was just sitting here innocently.
You know why? She's going to court. She's like, I'm going to be in prison after today, so let's just get this done right now. I'm guilty.
It says when the security guards tried to more aggressively break it up, she stood up and held her arms out in an attempt to block the view while he attempted to cover himself up. So this is the public defender that was representing her in the case when he was asked about it. He says, the couple's actions weren't planned and that they weren't thinking of how inappropriate their actions were. He says his client is on the lookout for full-time employment and was really stressed out, and this was just a stress release. And you really can't hold them responsible because the incident was due to, quote, an exuberance of youth.
An exuberance?
So he basically blamed it on Come on.
Lust?
They're young and horny. What do you want?
Lust? They blamed it on lust. Oh my God. So they got away with it.
So, well, I think they're going to wind up going back on that charge because they were charged with it. I mean, you can't just have your penis out in public.
Oh, yeah, you can.
But, like, listen, it's a pretty stressful
You've done it before. You know you can.
Well, listen, every time I've done it before was completely unplanned. But yes, there's been a few incidents.
Hey, it was unplanned with them. It was lust, remember?
Yes, but so I love the fact that the defender is like, it's because they're young and horny.
Hey, they just wanted to get one in real quick.
How these people should be actually, even though, listen, I'm not against people making sweet, sweet, sweet love, but I'm into decision making, right? Like, let's just talk about the decision making involved of, okay, we're in court. You're only 19, and the fact that you're already having to go to court for different things when you're 19. I mean,
hold on. There's one.
Yeah, right. And then you're like, okay, I got 20 minutes before I'm going to get called in. This is a totally appropriate place. And by the way, you don't sneak away to a bathroom or to a stairway or to an empty room. You do it
to the parking lot in your car.
Yeah, in the car. So there's strike 2, right? And then strike 3. You were approached by a security guard numerous times to stop. You kept going. So then you had the decision of you were caught and you're like, nah, I'm going to keep going. So if I'm the judge, I'm looking at this. I'm like, oh, you guys have shown horrible judgment. I don't care if you're young and horny or not.
Yeah. And here's my question, since I kind of see the whole picture.
Yeah.
How long before the security guard actually went up and tried to stop them first?
Right. Yeah.
And how, quote unquote, aggressive did they get with her when they were pulling her off, in a sense?
Yeah. Well, she was pulling him off. I know that. But
she was riding the night train.
Your comment's a good one, because if you're the security guard, at first you got to be thinking, nah, I'm not seeing what I'm seeing.
Yeah,
like you had to have like a double take of like, no, I have to be interpreting this wrong. This has got to be something else. And then you watch it for a second more and you're like, no, that's definitely what I think it is. But then you're thinking, what do I do to stop it?
Here's the problem. Here's the problem.
Just shout out, baseball, your grandma, funeral.
I'm gonna cut off your. No, here's the problem. Here's what was wrong. He must be superhuman because it went on for longer than a few minutes.
Yeah.
So
and he was able to do that kind of performance
with the security
public.
Guard. Hey, you want to stop? Now I understand you said she was hot and all, but still, if it would have been over and done within 30, 45 seconds, I bet none of this would have been the news.
I agree.
Now,
yeah, this is because they kept going.
Yes,
this is because they're like, hey, you know what? But that just shows their exhibitionists. They wanted people to see what they were doing.
Yeah, that's why she was in court, actually.
Which goes back to the judgment end of this, right? Like, you are someone who shows extremely poor judgment.
Please sit here forever, and we'll feed you 3 times a day. No, that's funny.
So,
where's the place? Okay, so you've never done anything like that in public. Oh wow!
Question.
Okay,
I can't answer that question on a public podcast. That's
nobody
not
listens to this show. I see the statistics.
I don't care. The one person who listens is gonna find out. There has been on numerous occasions incidences where I am not clothed in public. I will. That is the most. That's the way I'm going to phrase it.
That's usually alone and running from a hospital. So we'll let that one be. I could just say that there were a few years in my early 20s where theater meant that, we're going to go watch a movie. All right, let's go watch a movie.
Yeah.
We wouldn't pick a popular movie.
Oh, of course not. But it was really weird that you got off on Schindler's List like that.
See, when you say it like that... It was during the previews. We couldn't. And the previews for Top Gun. I'm just kidding.
That's just because Chris likes to cry when he orgasms. Anyways, I think we're on to the next story.
Story 2.
All right, what is the next story? Oh, we're talking movies? We talking movies here?
Oh, yeah. Let's wedge in some movies here before we get to our final story.
All right, so I'm excited because Quantumania is coming out to Disney Plus in a few weeks. But the big thing that's happening right now is Guardians next week.
Very excited about Guardians. I will say on my other podcast, listen to this. I was trying to time it that my final episode of the season, which is about Guardians of the Galaxy, came out when the movie came out, but we were a little late on that. But I'm pumped. I've been thinking about this movie for a really long time. It definitely goes on the list of ones that I don't care what the reviews say. I don't care if all the reviews came out and if Rotten Tomatoes gave this a 1%,
yeah,
I would still be in line waiting to watch this movie. Right? Like,
yes,
I'm
100%.
ready for this movie. I'm ready for it.
This movie's going to close a lot of doors, which is going to suck a lot for everybody that's really into the Guardians, because they were the first they were the closest to Deadpoolish as Marvel was getting at the time, you know? They called people dickheads and stuff, you know, scrotum sack and stuff about his chin. You know, like they went a little bit farther, but not too far where the parents were like, so it was nice to see that envelope pushed. I'm going to cry. I think I'm going to cry a lot in this movie.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited and sad to see kind of this end of this chapter, because I also know that because of how much money it makes, they're going to try and continue this chapter, which means probably a watered down something or other with other actors taking
it'll
on
be a
spin-off
of just like
it'll be a spin-off of the freaking what's the guy's not what's god the second
it'll be Peter Gunn, like James Gunn's brother, who has Yondu's fin. It's just gonna be like a story with him,
right? It'll be something like that. And so I know it'll suck eventually, but I'm gonna enjoy this last one. I will also say later on, I can't remember when, I think it's this summer, maybe it's in June, the new Mission Impossible movie, which those are always like, especially with the stunts and everything.
Another cool. one? He made another one already?
Yeah, he made another one, and I'm also kind of interested to see what they're going to do with the Marvels, right? So we got the Marvels.
That I'm kind of excited for, because the banter between the ladies in the preview was kind of fun, and my daughter loves Miss Marvel, so I did too. It was great.
And while this is not aimed towards our demographic at all,
not at all.
Do you think that movie Barbie is going to be a big hit, or is it going to be a flop, or what do you think it's going to be?
Oh, God, I don't know. I hope it sucks. I'm not going to the theater to see that one at all. I'd wait for it to get on streaming.
That's a stream on whatever device you could stream it on kind of a movie.
Yeah, sure. Maybe in 2 years when I want to kind of watch it, but never before that.
Never.
Did you see the Mario movie?
I did. I thought it was funny. I definitely thought it was. I wished it was a little bit more nostalgic.
We talked a little bit about this already, but yeah.
Yeah, but I was really. It was enough to where I definitely would like to watch it again to see some of the stuff that I know I missed and didn't catch. So it'll be one of those ones that I'm looking for a good stream to stream one of those.
Okay, a couple more movies that are out there right now. Evil Dead Rise. No, I
am interested.
My daughters went.
Interested. Oh, really?
Yeah, my daughter's 12 and 20. So, the 20-year-old took the 12-year-old. It was a weeknight, so it was kind of early, probably like 7:00. They went in there, pajamas, blankets, pillows, because it's one of those theaters. They were home in 30 minutes. After 15 to 20 minutes of the movie, they're like, "That was so gross. We just left. It was so disgusting." It was There was, because I looked up the IMDb, there was nothing about like sex or anything like that. It was just all gruesome, and I'm like, it's just like zombies. My daughter will be fine. And they're like, we had to come home. It was so gross.
And we're also, besides being close to Guardians, we're only about 5 weeks away from Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Yes.
Because that's like June 2nd or something like that. So that's another one that I'm really super pumped about. I know you and your kid are super pumped probably about Transformers. Yeah. I've never seen any of the Transformers.
We met Optimus Prime last time he was on set, so it was really cool. It was the movie
not
for
interested in The Flash, so that's not one.
Come on. It's Michael Keaton.
I don't know. I'm not interested in it. I'm interested to see how they're going to end the story for Indiana Jones, but Harrison Ford's like 97, so I don't know what the hell they're going to do.
Did you hear the news story on that? Which is hilarious. They actually put a news story out about it. Harrison Ford confirms this is his last Raiders of the Lost Ark, or what is it?
Like,
I can't think of his name. Why can't I think of Indiana Jones? This is his last Indiana Jones movie. It's like
no shit.
He's 110 years old.
After the Last Crusade, it should have been the last one.
Yes, he should have stopped there, because that was the best one. That's what one of my favorites.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Was there anything else that popped up on your radar that you're definitely penciling in as one that you want to go see?
That's not a Marvel movie. No. I just did a John Wick marathon. I went to 1 through 3, so I'm actually kind of excited for number 4 to actually come to streaming.
Yeah,
So,
and I went to a theater and watched it.
it's good. Did he just shoot everybody in the head again?
It was everything that you would expect that franchise to be. So it was totally enjoyable.
Perfect. Now, last one. Air.
Have not seen it yet. Found a
Do you
good
care?
stream. I thought.
Hold on.
I do.
Do we care?
I do, because I like that they made a story about a shoe, and so I'm interested in at least checking it out and seeing what's what.
The only thing that I'm intrigued is it's from Oregon. So the fact that they're going to be overdressed Hollywood actors pretending that they were in Oregon back in the 80s is going to be fucking hilarious. So I can't wait to see that part. But other than that, no, I don't. That's it. That's the only other movies I got right now.
Yeah, there's not. I'm not really interested in much else.
All right, let's go then.
Story 3.
All right. This was about a 30th birthday or something? Did you just break your computer?
Yes. So, yeah, my computer was having problems. Okay, so this is another British. This is a British story here. We've all done things on our birthdays, especially when we were younger. Now I don't think we could do as much, but it says a British man, a British man ends up naked on a Thai beach after a mega 30th birthday bender and tells cops he has no recollection of the last 2 days. After arriving in the country initially to go to a wedding, it says a drunk British tourist was found naked on the beach after an all-night birthday bender. The man is from Surrey, England, and has stayed up drinking beer, smoking weed, which is now legal in the country, at a party he welcomed his 30th birthday on. He arrived at country initially for a wedding. However, the shocked locals on the Paradise Island noticed him next to the morning, stumbling naked along the beach, singing soccer songs. They watched in astonishment as he paddled through the sea and then swam away into the shore, going back and forth, and he was drinking the whole time while swimming.
Wow.
Basically, he is said to have yelled. He would walk by tourists and shove them into the ocean and say, "Go be with God."
Wow.
And he would shove them in. Cops arrived to drag him ashore, but he ran away from them naked throughout the beach and was shouting things that I am a king, I am a god, those kind of things. The incident drew humorous parallels to the Hungover Part 2 comedy film with Bradley Cooper and Zach Galifianakis about a group of friends who visit Thailand for a wedding. It was very similar.
Damn it! That was my joke. I was sitting here looking at it, going,
"Oh, you were."
Those were just outtakes from The Hangover 2. What are you talking about? Nope, stupid fuck.
Yeah, so it basically said that the British man was fined for public indecency and will not be allowed to return to the UK when his holiday ends. Because several packets of marijuana were found in his hotel, but police will take no action as they were just recently legalized the month prior. And then it says the people he pushed into the ocean are not going to press charges for assault. So basically, it sounds like he's going to have a small slap on the wrist and he's going to be okay on this. But
wait,
my question to this is,
okay, so Thailand, it's you can smoke weed in Thailand now?
Apparently. So you can now book that trip to Thailand.
Cocaine. Yeah. Alcohol and little kids. Okay, cool. That's the 4 things you can get in Thailand now. Okay.
Yeah, that seems like a great place to go. So, okay, a couple of questions here. First of all, who are the assholes that schedule their wedding in Thailand? I hate people that do this. People who are like, hey, I'm going to pick this exotic spot and I'm going to invite you to it, knowing that if you want to come along, you're going to waste your vacation days and all of your money to come along on this trip. That's going to be really expensive, and the whole trip isn't going to be where you get to do what you want to do, but you have to come do my functions and my things. I hate that. So I don't like this.
Jared from Subway would probably make his wedding there.
What was the wedding between a 40-year-old and a 12-year-old? Like, I don't understand.
Ugh.
But so that's pretty bad enough. But then, so he's on this wedding trip on the same weekend that he's turning 30. So now he's thinking, hey, I'm already here for this wedding. It's 30th birthday party time. So he's just probably ingesting every possible thing that you can, which once again, I have no problem with it. But I love how when you drink too much, you immediately just get naked. Like that's like.
Why do you think he's in Thailand?
Because all right. We've in fact, you and I have been drunk on a few occasions, but I don't think we've ever stripped down and pushed people into the ocean.
No, not together. No, I've been intoxicated in Jamaica where I've chased down a crab and caught it for half a second before it smashed the fudge out of my finger.
Yeah.
I haven't really done anything to people.
But you know what? You couldn't do this now, right? Like if you're in your 40s, if you tried to do a bender now, you wouldn't wake up for about 4 days.
Yeah, no, it would be me just sleeping in the sand. That was all it would be.
You're all, sweet silence for just a moment.
This is so good. I'm happy. It'd be the first day, like 2 hours in. Woo, yeah.
Yeah, the story, the headline would be different. It'd be American man found sleeping in the sand, won't move because he says, God damn it, I'm tired, leave me alone.
Mistaken for beached whale.
Yeah.
The man pretends he can't speak. I'm an idiot.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was story.
The third story. Okay, so now we have game, right?
Game.
Okay, so I'm going to, since we talked about the Mario movie and we talked about Guardians, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring up Mr. Chris Pratt's IMDb page.
Okay.
And he's got one of the best names too. So, and what we're going to do is we're going to play top 4. Now, they have 4 titles.
Okay.
4 movies that they're quote unquote known for in their basically it's like MySpace's top 6. Did you ever fuck with that and put like all girls that you had sex with or something before?
No.
Put like all ex-employers?
I was late to the MySpace game. I didn't. I always thought it was. I was right, by the way. I predicted social media was going to be the downfall of society.
Like, it still is.
20 years ago.
MySpace was every dating app before there were ever any dating apps. That's all MySpace was. Okay, so anyway,
so predicting the movies under the known for kind of area for Christopher Pratt.
Correct, but keep in mind that there are TV shows that can intermingle in here, even though it's Internet Movie Database. It's Internet Movie and Television Database. Apparently, that website was taken. So. With all of that being said, sir, if you can get 2 out of 4, I will give you a win.
Okay.
What say you?
Okay, now I'm going to go. I got to get an easy one out of the way first. So I'm definitely going to go with Guardians of the Galaxy Part 1 being on that. Oh, which, by the way, I'd have to get the exact one, right? So
correct.
If it's Part 2 that he. Okay.
Yeah, you can't just go.
I'm going to say Part 1. I'm going to say Guardians of the Galaxy Part 1 is an easy one that for sure is going to be in his top 4.
Yes, you got that one. Go.
Nice.
+1. I don't have any more sound effects.
Okay, so the second, I mean, God, he was in all those other Marvel movies, but like, is he gonna appear? I mean, is he gonna appear as Star-Lord for Thor: Love and Thunder, or is he gonna be like, God, he could be Avengers Endgame.
He's in a lot of movies that aren't Marvel, yo.
I know, but like, I'm just thinking, but those other movies were, some of the biggest movies in the world. So I would think,
he's also part of another movie franchise.
Yeah, he was a part of another big franchise. Huge. So he was definitely part of the.
Why am I doing this?
Yeah, he's definitely part of the Jurassic Park world. But now, which one? I'm gonna do Jurassic World, the first one. Oh my goodness, no. Okay.
Nope.
Wow. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna move on.
2 other guesses.
I'm gonna move on. Wow, I can't believe. Okay, I'm gonna say the Lego Movie when he was Ernest Burkowski or Emmett Burkowski. Okay,
all right. Well, you got 2 out of 4 already, but I'll let you try to guess the last 2.
I can't believe that it wasn't Guardians. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna say it's gonna be something like shoot. What else would it be? I'm gonna say the movie. Maybe it has one of his old ones on here. Like he was in the movie Moneyball. I'm gonna say Moneyball.
Okay, well, you kind of won because you got 2 out of 4, but you kind of failed about everything else. You did say Jurassic World, but it was Fallen Kingdom. It was the sequel in 2008.
That was like that one sucked, I thought.
Oh, no, that was the third one, actually. That was the very last one, so I'm guessing he has the most recent one up there.
Yeah, I guess so. That one sucked, though. I mean, Part 1, the Jurassic World one, I thought was pretty fun. And Jurassic, what was the second one called? It was...
bring them back to the mainland or something again.
I don't know.
Hold on. Let me scroll. No, you're right. That second one was
Yeah, because
Jurassic
the third
World Fallen
one was
Kingdom, there
Jurassic World Dominion.
Yeah. I just look at it
So
right now.
man, okay, well, whatever. And then what was the fourth one?
I'm honestly surprised you got the Lego movie. I thought you were going to forget about that because when I mentioned TV also, I figured you would have walked right into
that was a hint.
Parks
I didn't
and
realize you were
Rec.
giving me hints. Parks and Rec. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I figured you'd walk right into that with that thing I said. So I thought the Lego movie would be the one you didn't get. However, Jurassic World just kind of
why would they pick the Fallen Kingdom? I don't know. Whatever.
It was it made more money than the first one. No, it didn't actually. It didn't make it more money. It was the same story. It was just like, ooh, they're loose on land where people are.
It's like, okay. Hey, I got an idea, guys. When we do the whole dinosaur thing in this world, lock them up. Lock them up. Keep them locked up. Don't unlock the cage. Don't be like, hey, I wonder what's in here. Open the lock, or I'm going to shut the security system down. How about we have the dinosaurs on an island and no one goes to that island? That's my theory.
Yeah, and like we have people that are near the island that will shoot anyone down that goes near.
Immediately will nuke the island if anything bad happens. Like,
all right, last question. See if you can get it.
Yep.
Bad. He has an upcoming film in production, supposed to release next year, animated, and he's the voice, which is pissing me off. He's getting the good gigs. What is the character?
He's taking over for Bill Murray doing Garfield.
Yes, you knew that. Oh shit, I did not know that.
Yeah, because obviously Bill Murray's not going to keep doing it forever and ever and ever, but someone's going to be willing to hammer that check. None of the Garfield movies have been any good, but it's just purely about like, give me that money,
charisma and money.
Yeah.
All right, yo. Good to talk to you. Go to thisisfunner.com, everyone. Check out all the other information and stuff we have up there, like his show. Listen to this, which just released the Carole King episode last week.
Yes, I love it.
Which is amazing if you haven't listened to it, because that's one of my favorites, because it has everybody encompassed about this one person's brain. It's amazing.
Next week is usually our biggest episode of the year, which is Wow, That's Inappropriate, where I play a bunch of inappropriate songs that are like super old and stuff like that.
Yep, and when I have to download the music, I have to hide my screen from my kids, because usually the thumbnails are not appropriate.
Well, everybody, thank you for giving it a listen, and we will check you out. I don't know, one of these weeks when we record again.
Thanks, guys. Talk to you later. Bye. I need to put it back on the right one. Hold on. Here we go. Where is it? There it is.
Thank you for listening to 321 The Pod. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and leave us a review. See you soon.
Okay, round two. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right. ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.